Okay. So basically, as we discussed, the hydraulic circuit used for high power application. That means when we have to use or the environment in which high power is required. So in that case, we select the hydraulic circuit instead of pneumatic one. Okay. So we perform some basic circuit by using the hydraulic. So it consists of basically the power pack unit. Power pack unit consists of your reservoir tank on which various accessories are mounted. Then pump along with the motor. Then pressure relief valve. Then either inline filter or outline filter. Then to change the direction of flow, we use direction control valve. For displacement or work done, we use actuator, either linear actuator or rotary actuator. So if you see the circuit, it consists of basically the circuit which operate on 3/2 direction control valve. Again, when we use single acting cylinder, then for single acting cylinder actuation, we use basically 3/2 direction control valve. So in this case, the unidirectional hydraulic pump is used as per symbol. The pump will suck the hydraulic oil from the storage tank or reservoir. Then it will pass to the actuator through direction control. The use of direction control to change the direction of flow so that we can control the forward or reverse speed of actuator. Okay. So in this case, once when we see the normal actuation position, the high pressure hydraulic oil will start flowing through this P, that is pressure point, A, that is actuator point. Okay. So it will start flowing through P, A, will forward the actuator by compressing this spring. So once the total forward stroke is completed, the oil is stored at the cylinder end, will generate the excessive pressure as cylinder can't move further. Okay, so that's why the pressure or back pressure is generated in whole pressure line. So due to that, it will open this pilot line. So this pilot line will open when a predetermined pressure. So if you consider the pressure required for this particular application is say 50 bar. So regular 50 bar pressure will start flowing this towards the actuator, and this pilot line will open at the pressure say 70 bar. So in normal operating condition, the pressure is 50 bar, so it can't open this pilot line. Due to that, the whole oil will start supplying to the actuator by forwarding this actuator. Once it gets total forward stroke, the back pressure is created, and the 50 bar pressure is goes on increasing up to 60 bar, 65 bar, and 70 bar or 70 bar. Once it reach the 70 pressure, this pilot line will open and connect this line towards the tank again, so that the total oil will start flowing towards the tank to restore or for the safeguard of this particular circuit. This is the use of your pressure relief valve. Okay. So If we just change the linear actuator with the rotary actuator, the circuit look like as shown in figure. Okay. So instead of linear actuator, we just put as a rotary actuator. So there is the advantage of single acting actuator or rotary actuator. Single acting rotary actuator or unidirectional actuator, that which does not require the return line as the return stroke is completed due to this expansion of spring in case of single acting actuator. In case of rotary actuator, the return line is connected to directly tank so that the hydraulic oil will pass towards the tank. As if there is obstacle from other side, your motor can't or not supposed to run. Okay, so for smooth running, we have to pass the hydraulic oil again from the other side. Okay, so in that case, again oil will start flowing from P to A and rotate this motor. Once the total rotation is completed, the oil is again goes towards the tank from the other side. Okay. Now, if you change the direction control with the 4x2 direction control, what will happen? There is no outlet provided for the return line. So, forcefully, if we connect the 4x2 direction control in this case, where the actuator is unidirection actuator. So, as per construction of your motor or construction of your pump, when it is unidirection, is not allowed to rotate in opposite direction in any case. And if you have to try to rotate in another case or another direction, there is a chances of breakage. Okay, so if we try to connect this pressure line at this portion, the motor will not start revolving. Instead of that, it will fail. For that purpose, instead of 4x2 direction control, we use 3x2 direction control. Okay, in single acting actuator. When we have to complete its retraction stroke also, then simply we use 4x2 direction control as shown in this figure. So this figure is consists of again power pack unit, power pack unit, then again 4x2 direction control. In this case, there is no spring attached at this portion. So we have to complete retraction stroke by hydraulic oil also. So for that purpose, we have to connect this another end to some pressure line. For that purpose, we use 4x2 direction control. Okay. So again, P is connected to A for the forward stroke, and it will start moving towards the dead end. So once stroke is completed, again back pressure is created, and it will open this pressure relief valve PRV. Okay. When we again press the 4x2 direction control, then it will connect the pressure line towards the point point B, so that the high pressure oil will start flowing towards the rod end and it will retract the piston. Okay. Then we discuss the position of filter. We can connect the filter at this portion. So this is pressure line filter. This is pressure line filter. Why? So at that portion, Okay. At the entry of your filter, the oil is pressurized. Okay, so that's why it is called as pressurized filter. The advantage of pressurized filter is that the minimum contaminant here, oil will start flowing towards the system. So that is there is dust free or dirt free or contaminant free oil for the safeguard of system. Okay. Then another location of filter is inline filter. So when we connect the filter before the pump, so at this portion the pressure is normal. So we can't say that it is pressure line filter. This is inline filter so that it will suck the oil with the regular pressure. Okay. So advantage of pressure filter and inline filter are the same. Okay. So only one advantage is that in pressure line filter, sorry, in inline filter, we clear the oil which is passed through the pump also. So there is safeguard of pump also. In case of pressure line filter, the oil will came from the pump. So there is chances for contamination in the pump due to this tank. Okay. The last one is outline filter. So outline filter is connected to the outline or return line filter. This is also called as return line filter. So that the total oil after the steam before passing towards the tank is filter at this portion. Okay. There is again advantage of filter is it can minimize the temperature of oil. Okay. So if we place the pressure, if we place the filter in inline or pressure line, it can minimize the temperature which is supplied to the application. Okay. सिस्टम मध्ये जे काही ऑइल जाणार त्याचं टेम्परेचर आपण कमी करू शकतो. So these are the position of filter. So again there is overrunning circuit. So if we have to hold the load or hold the piston at particular position, then we use this 4x3 direction control. Okay. So in intermediate section, the pressure line is again connected to tank. So in normal operating condition, it will start moving towards the forward direction. In return line, it will retract the piston. Then we connect this as an intermediate section. Okay. इंटरमिडिएट सेक्शनला जर कनेक्ट केलेला असेल तर त्या केसमध्ये तुमचा जे काही पंप असेल तो डायरेक्टली टँकला कनेक्ट केलेला आहे आणि ह्या केसमधनं पिस्टन एंडचं जे काही ऑइल आहे ते पण मी ब्लॉक केलेलं आहे आणि रॉड एंडचं ऑइल पण ब्लॉक केलेलं आहे. सो देर इज नो चान्सेस टू दी actuator to move either forward or in return direction. It will block at that particular position wherever we stop in second case. Okay. Similarly, in case of rotary actuator, so in rotary actuator, in forward case, the motor will start revolving or actuator will start revolving in forward direction or clockwise direction. In return case, it will start revolving in anti-clockwise direction. But when we connect it as a in the center position, there is no chances of oil will start either flowing through in pressure line or in return line. So your motor will block at this position. Okay. So if we see the circuit in practical manner, so it is not possible practically to change this case in continuous running operation. What will happen? Suppose in first case, your actuator will start rotating in clockwise direction. Okay. While rotating in clockwise direction, when we change the sudden supply in a return line, oil will change and your motor will start running in anti-clockwise direction. This sudden phenomena will cause to damage the motor, as we can't change the direction of rotation of motor in sudden manner. So if we consider that the motor is running at 40 RPM in clockwise direction in forward case, so in this case, and when we change the supply suddenly in return direction, so in fraction of second we changing the oil which is passing through this return line. So your return line will become the pressure line in that case. And due to inertia, this motor will start rotating in 440 RPM, let's consider. So motor will try to came to 0 RPM from 440 and start revolving again from 0 to 440 in anti-clockwise direction, which is not possible in practical case in fraction of second. So there is chances of damage this motor. Okay. So for that purpose, it is recommended that while we use the rotary actuator, we have to install the flow control in that. Okay. So that's why here the flow control is placed. So that when we have to change the direction of oil, okay, when we have to change the direction of oil, we have to control the flow of oil so that the speed of motor will decreases. Okay. So once we can reach the predetermined pressure, we can change the direction of flow. Okay. For that purpose, the flow control is placed at this portion. Okay. For the safeguard of circuit. Okay. Then to avoid this case, when we remove the flow control, there is chances of damaging the motor. For that purpose, the braking and replacing circuit is used. Okay. So in that case, we can control the speed of motor in the both direction. Okay. So when your motor will start in clockwise direction, say the hydraulic oil will start flowing at the portion from this to this, then from flow control, from which we can control the speed of actuator by changing the flow. In that case, your check valve is in closed manner, so we can't supply the oil from this direction. So it is only a way to flow from this direction. Then oil will start flowing at this portion, but here is again one way opening, so oil will flow from this side to this side only. Okay, again it will come at this portion. We'll try to open this pilot line, but pressure is not enough to open that. So again, in normally it will start revolving your motor in clockwise direction, and return line will connect this towards the tank in normal way from the flow control and check valve also. So this is forward case. Return case, your oil will start flowing from this direction, flow control valve to motor, then motor will start revolving in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, it will start revolving in anti-clockwise direction, then towards the tank again. Okay. Now, when we connect this in intermediate section, okay, when we connect okay, so we use this type of circuit as a safeguard. Okay, so again, काही केसेस मला जे काही ऍक्च्युएशन तुम्हाला सांगितलं होतं ऑटोमेशन मध्ये पाहिजे असतं. ओके, ऑटोमेशन मध्ये पाहिजे असतं. सो फॉर दॅट पर्पज वी हॅव प्रेशर डिपेंडंट और ट्रॅव्हल डिपेंडंट सर्किट और सिक्वेन्स सर्किट किंवा आपण त्याला ऑटोमेशन सर्किट म्हणतो. त्या केसमध्ये काय होणार आहे, इथे मी सिंपल दोन लिमिट स्विच प्लेस केले, दोन लिमिट स्विच प्लेस केले. लिमिट स्विच काय करणार आहे, जे आपण डायरेक्शन कंट्रोल हा मॅन्युअली ऑपरेट करत होतो, तो डायरेक्शन कंट्रोल मॅन्युअली ऑपरेट करत होतो, तो आपण बाय युजिंग इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल ऍक्टिव्हेट केला. त्याला मी इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल अप्लाय केले आणि त्यावरती तो ऍक्टिव्हेट केला. मग या केसमध्ये काय होणार आहे, तुमचा फॉरवर्ड स्ट्रोक कम्प्लीट झाल्यानंतर हा लिमिट स्विच असेल तो प्रेस होईल. तो प्रेस झाल्यानंतर इट विल ऑन द इलेक्ट्रिकल सप्लाय and will supply it to this solenoid valve. Solenoid valve काय करेल, याची डायरेक्शन चेंज करेल इलेक्ट्रिकली. प्लंजर असेल तो प्लंजर इलेक्ट्रिकल सिग्नल कनेक्ट झाल्यानंतर फॉरवर्डला जाईल आणि हा फोर्सफुली चेंज करेल. म्हणजे जे ऑपरेशन आपण मॅन्युअली करणार होतो तेच ऑटोमेशन मध्ये होईल. ओके. परत रिटर्न आल्यानंतर तो लिमिट स्विच नंबर 1 प्रेस करेल. लिमिट स्विच नंबर 1 इथे कनेक्ट केला असेल S1 ला, म्हणजे स्विच नंबर 1 ला, सोलेनॉइड नंबर 1 ला. परत S1 प्रेस करेल आणि सप्लाय परत चेंज करेल. म्हणजे तुमचा जो काही स्पीड ऑटोमेशन असेल, रिट्रॅक्शन फॉरवर्ड अशा पद्धतीने कंटिन्यू चालू असेल विदाउट एनी ह्युमन इंटरव्हेन्शन. ओके. फक्त या केस मध्ये मी काय फ्लो कंट्रोल वॉल प्लेस केलेला नाहीये, त्यामुळे मला इथे त्याचा जो काही सप्लाय असेल किंवा स्पीड असेल ऍक्च्युएटरचा, तो स्पीड कंट्रोल करता येणार नाही. मग स्पीड कंट्रोल करण्यासाठी मला इथे फ्लो कंट्रोल वॉल प्लेस करावा लागेल. once we place the flow control wall, you can control the supply or control the speed of hydraulic oil. From that you can control the speed of actuator also. Okay. So similar circuit by using pressure line. So again in that case we use the roller operated, pilot operated 3x2 direction control wall, which used by using another power pack unit. इथे पण एक power pack unit प्लेस केलेलं असेल. In some cases it is connected to original line, or in some cases it will have another pump. Okay. The same when any one rod will move at either side, the positive side, right side or left side, it will press this roller operated wall and connect this power pack unit to this portion. And by using this high pressure oil, this pilot operated 4x2 direction control change the supply of oil. So there is a difference between previous one and this one. It changes the electrical supply or electrical signal, and it will send the oil or high pressure oil to change the direction. Okay. So there is a difference between those two portions. Okay.